Welcome to a new episode of World Stories. We'll be taking you on an exciting journey all over the world, full of very strange fun facts and stories in our journey this week. We'll take you on a lyrical trip back in time with Mohammed bin Faris Band. Ever been to the Harbin Snow and Ice Festival that draws millions to China's icy north from all around the world? We'll take you there. We'll tell you when Berber people from the Sahara Desert come together and why. This and much more exciting stories in a journey around the world. Fasten your seatbelts. Right in the heart of Muharraq, we visited the Mohammed bin Faris Music House, which hosts unique musical evenings and folklore that revive the traditional historical Bahraini musical tunes and recall the kingdom's glorious fishing and pearling past. A lyrical journey which regales audiences with tales of appealing diverse life, from festive melodies to working songs and farewell ballads. Get ready to set sail and travel back in time with the beautiful traditional music of Mohammed bin Faris Band. Let's go. We have with us here Jamie. He's an American Lebanese, and he'll tell us what he thinks about the performance today.
Well, it was really beautiful. It's nice to see culture being preserved, the old things still preserved today, which is a beautiful thing. Also for the family structure to be preserved as well. And even you can see in the instruments, there's older instruments, but they've been modernized, some of them, with electronics or with like the cello with electronics as well. It's a beautiful thing to see, the preservation of cultures. If it's in the middle of the old market, you don't expect such a beautiful, nice theater to be in the middle of such an old market. So it's the integration of old and new as well.
So do you know about the history of the band?
No, I don't. I don't know.
That was a quiz.
Yeah, and I need to learn that, I guess. That's the next step.
So do you think that this can be suitable for all ages, or what do you think?
Of course, it's a promotion to family structure, yes. It's because the young need to know about the history, the old as well, and the old need to respect the young and their new ideas as well. So it's something that can join the two together.
Last question, did you dance with the beats?
I kind of moved my feet a bit and I was clapping, yeah. I wanted to jump up, but I was a bit shy.
And now we have Esther from Pakistan, who doesn't understand a word in Arabic, yet she enjoys the performance so much. Tell us about your feeling. How do you feel about this?
This is very nice, and hats off to the persons. They played the very well music and the stamina, and they have good energy to perform. Very nice. I enjoyed a lot, but I cannot understand, but I understand the music's language.
And now Norman from Scotland. What do you think about the performance today?
It's wonderful, isn't it? I really have come on a fairly regular basis, and I have to tell you, Mohammed bin Faris, whose picture's right here, what a great legacy. The music, it's just so captivating. Khaliji, the rhythms, the traditional. I may not catch a lot of the words, and I see that some of the audience, they know every song, they know every word. So it's a real pleasure, and it's one of the best kept secrets in Bahrain, I have to say.
It's so beautiful, yes. Did you dance with the beats?
Yeah, you can't stop moving with the rhythms, right? All that percussion. Yes, sir.
Okay, so what's your favorite song?
The one with the strongest rhythms, where our friend Mohammed, who's 74 years old, gets up and dances so beautifully.
Okay. Can you recall any words or any part of it?
Ya Habibi, bin Bahrain. That's what you know, right?
That's super awesome. For 19 years, Mohammed bin Faris Band has been traveling the world, conveying the beautiful soul of Bahrain, the beautiful musical traditional soul. Now we have with us Arif, the head of the band. He'll tell us more about the history of the band, how they started.
We start in 2001. We get invitation from Arab Institute in Paris. Then we collect all the arts friends, and we make this band. During that time, it was in June 2001, and we perform our performance there. It was only about a traditional song of Bahrain.
So your first official performance was to French people?
Exactly, yes.
What was their impression?
They like it, they love it. Most of the audience there was Arabic, you know. But include the French audience, they love it.
Even here, I've seen a lot of foreigners, they don't understand Arabic, but they enjoyed the music so much.
And the music is an international language, I think. So everybody can love it if it's good.
As the leader of the band, what's your aim?
Perform our traditional songs and by a new recording, by using the most of instruments that we have. With the most of this instrument we are playing it at the moment, it wasn't have before. So that's why maybe the new generation can love this kind of song when we perform it, but a new style. And by a good recording.
Can we tell the audience why is the band called Mohammed bin Faris?
Mohammed bin Faris, he was the best singer for al-Sawt art. He died at 1947, and his recording is still a lot of audience love his songs and his art because he have a special arts. We call it al-Sawt.
I know that you're roaming the world and showing the people the traditional Bahraini art. What countries have you traveled to? Where did you perform?
A lot of country, maybe the most of Arab country and Europe and America and South Asian. Last years we have we perform 16 performance only in Japan, and 16 state of Japan, different state of Japan, and India also, and India and China. In Europe, Holland, Poland, Paris, Frankfurt, Berlin, Moscow, and also in United States of America.
Okay, and now we'll end this interview with a song by the vocalist Yaqub.
تبن عيني لك عيوني أنا وكل ما أملك إذا رضيت يشوق لي إذا بعد يناديني تقول أنت عزيز الراس وأهلك من أعز الناس يقول أنت بحريني يقول
The Harbin Snow and Ice Festival draw millions to China's icy north from all over the world to marvel at glittering towers and sculptures built entirely of ice and snow. Now in its 36th year, the annual event includes ice sculpting, a swimming race across frozen water, and even a mass wedding, and it's proving more popular than ever. In the dark depths of winter, in the northernmost province of China, a riot of fireworks and twinkling lights sparkle in the night sky. Visitors from all over the world come to experience a display that glitters and shimmers. One of the key draw cards of the festival is the ice sculpting, which attracts 60 sculptors from around the world this year, as they were all required to carve their designs from ice blocks taken from Songkhla River. Extreme care is being taken to add details to each work, which can involve hundreds of pieces of ice by using chainsaws, drills, and grinders. Beside the Songkhla River, competitors are taking a plunge at a pool that is carved from the ice of the Songkhla River. Believe it or not, it's warmer than this ice-cold swimming pool than in the frigid air outside. About 200 swimmers from 42 teams are competing, while friends and family are on hand to give some warmth once out of the water. On the other hand, there's warmth aplenty at the annual Harbin Mass Wedding, where 43 couples are parading to the main stage to share their special day. But not all are getting married for the first time. Some are here to celebrate their wedding anniversary. In unison, the couples recite their wedding vows, exchange rings, and promise to love each other for the rest of their lives. The glittering icy spectacle festival was first held in Harbin in 1985 and is known throughout China, with families, couples and singles traveling here from far and wide. In Hollywood, foodies are jumping straight to dessert for starters. Savory flavored gelatos such as parmesan, bacon, avocado, and mozzarella are giving a new lease of life to traditional savory dishes and party snacks. A sprinkle of bacon completes this tomato flavored gelato. A drizzle of olive oil and balsamic vinegar, and it's ready for the taste test. It doesn't fail to impress these visitors taking part in a gelato making class. At the Gelato Festival store in West Hollywood, people can try and make for themselves gelato infused with ingredients such as avocado, mozzarella, risotto, tomatoes, basil, olive oil, and even fresh truffles. And in today's class, people are trying their hand at an avocado savory gelato with fresh mozzarella, olive oil, and salt. Visitors can buy a variety of gelato flavors, make gelato in the kitchen, and learn about the history of gelato in the site's small museum. The shop also puts on a tournament. The next competition is due to take place in 2021, with top gelato chefs competing for the best gelato in the world. Alongside pizza and spaghetti, gelato is historically associated with Italian cuisine. It's ice cream made with milk rather than cream in the Italian way. Florentine artist Bernardo Biontellanti first served the frozen treat at the Medici court in 1559 and is considered to be the original inventor of gelato.
It's a 3,000 square foot location where the festival never ends. We have a museum of gelato, we have an exhibition kitchen, we have a store with award-winning flavors, vegan line, gelato cakes, savory gelato available, and we have the Medici classroom where you can try in a funny way to make gelato with our chef.
It was so interesting, such a surprise, and instead of mozzarella, I was eating a caprese cristino, and instead of a mozzarella, it was a mozzarella ice cream, which was quite a surprise, but really an interesting flavor, delicious.
The more we learn, the more we realize how little we know about the world. Let's explore some interesting and entertaining facts to twist your brain and tickle your curiosity. For ocean predators, octopuses are some of the most difficult prey to spot. Their skin changes color and pattern to blend in with their water surroundings. Their camouflage abilities are out of this world. Even when you find yourself looking directly at an octopus, chances are you won't even realize it. Worst fact of the day. While most of your body parts stop growing at some point, your nose and ears never stop. That's because they're made mostly of cartilage cells, which divide more as we age. At the time, connective tissue begin to weaken. I refuse to believe that my nose is already big enough. Not only your ears and nose, the Eiffel Tower also grows in the summer. Yes, you heard that correctly. Due to the heat expansion of the tower's iron in the summer, the Eiffel Tower's height can grow by up to 6 inches. High heels were originally men's shoes. They were worn by men of the Persian cavalry to help their boots stay in their stirrups when riding horses. It should have stayed that way. I wish I can meet face to face with whoever made us wear those painful high heels. A theatre costume maker in Australia is recycling waste to create her stage costumes. It's a bid to help combat the major threat to the environment by textile wastage and the rise of fast fashion. Where others see trash, Melbourne-based costume maker sees gems. Fish-shaped soy sauce containers become necklaces, old curtains turn into capes fit for a king, and bed covers are fashioned into Elizabeth-era skirts. Nice! And her venture has had a positive response in her industry. She already commissioned 30 costumes for production of Taming of the Shrew. All the costumes are made of disposable plastics and used fabrics. The idea is to show that great-looking costumes don't have to be made from new materials. The costume maker started recycling in her work when she learned how much textile landfill contributed to greenhouse gases. A group of scientists concluded that fashion was responsible for 8% of global greenhouse gas emissions, which is almost the same as the European Union. Waste in the theatre world is a big issue. The Melbourne Shakespeare Company is also trying to cut on energy usage by trialing rechargeable battery-powered lights. The company hopes that its sustainable shift will encourage others and turn this initiative into the norm. In a celebration of Tuareg culture where the people from the Sahara Desert come together, camels parade under the scorching sun of Kidal for the Tuareg annual convention. Kidal lies close to the Algerian border and is one of the heartlands of the Tuareg movement in northern Mali. It's also the home to the famous Tuareg music group Tinarouin, who has a very interesting story. The group is considered the musical voice of the region. Their music, fusing traditional Tuareg style with blues and rock, is considered an expression of the Tuareg people's history. The musicians of Tinarouin were part of rebel groups in the 1980s, fighting for independence of northern Mali. But after a peace agreement was signed with the government of Mali in 1990, they took up the guitar instead of weapons. The band had to leave the region following the takeover by extremists in 2012. Tinarouin stayed away from the region during the period of unrest, continuing to tour and record internationally and winning a Grammy in 2012. The return of Tinarouin to Kidal marks the return of entertainment and hope, say some residents of the area. Anyone starting a band or a choir soon? We got you very good candidates from social media. Let's check out their latest performance. With this, we have arrived at our last station. If you have any suggestions of things that you want us to cover or even social media videos that you want us to share, please send it to the email listed below. Looking forward to hearing from you. Goodbye and see you next week with new facts, journeys, and world stories.